What's up everyone, this is Tony from TonyVersusTech.com, and I'm doing a basic performance test between the Samsung 840 EVO on the left versus the factory 5400 RPM hard drive that came with my mid-2012 MacBook Pro on the right. So I'm opening the same group of apps on the same computer at the same time. The only difference is the drives. The SSD might have half a second advantage, but it really won't make a difference, as you'll see. It looks like the SSD is a lot faster already. In fact, it just finished loading those apps. Meanwhile, the hard drive on the right is still struggling to get data through to the processor. Well, back to the left on the SSD side, I'm going to go to some hot corners to view the desktop, and the animations are really smooth without any delay. The other hot corner brings up mission control, which is also very smooth and instantaneous. No problems there at all. Well, since the hard drive can't really do very much at all at this point, I'm going to pull dashboard over from the left, which loads up pretty much instantaneously. My dashboard looks very bare at the moment because my old hard drive took forever to load dashboard items, so I didn't add very many. Now I'm going to close each app one by one after each icon disappears. Google Earth is a pretty big one, so is Origin. And after that, it's pretty much immediate. No signs of slowing down at all. So I'm actually done on the SSD side already, while the hard drive on the right is still working on Garageband. At this point, I'm just going to fast forward 20 times because this just took too long. Well, back at normal speed, I'm going to try the hot corner to view desktop, and there's a lot of sluggish animation, but otherwise not too much delay, surprisingly. The mission control hot corner over there on the left, experiencing lots of delays and a freezing of animation. If I try it again, it'll work a bit better. There we go. Still not very smooth and not very good. I'm going to have to go and quit out of Origin. It's causing me some problems there. Now I'll show you how slow dashboard was before I swapped out my hard drive for an SSD, and it is taking a very long time for the items to load. Dashboard is pretty much useless on Macs with hard drives as it takes so long. Data just can't pass through the hard drive bottleneck quickly enough. Remember how quick it was on the SSD? Well, back to the desktop. I'm going to close the apps one by one, just like I did on the SSD side on the left. Google Earth is pretty big. Excel is pretty big too. PowerPoint, I think, is going to give me some problems and is currently refusing to close. So I'm going to go ahead and skip it and try again later. These are taking forever. I definitely would not call this immediate. Almost there. Revisiting PowerPoint. Let's see if I can figure it out. And quit, finally. So, the hard drive is finally done. The SSD is the obvious and clear winner. Post-2008 computers, maybe even older ones, that are equipped with HDDs or hard drives could really benefit from an SSD. Not only are they way faster than hard drives, they're lighter, completely silent, and more reliable as they aren't affected by movement, unlike the old hard drives. Because they read and write data so fast, they can also act as a support for RAM by taking some of the load if you max it out. You can find these SSDs with 120 gigs for under $100 these days, and 250 gigs for under $150, which is pretty damn good for SSDs. And I'll soon be posting a video on how to switch out your old HDD or hard drive with a new SSD in a pre-Retina MacBook Pro. They could surely speed up Windows machines too, by the way. So I hope you've enjoyed this comparison, and look out for the installation guide as well as other video comparisons.